to Stitches and Sundries. This is a Flosstube podcast about cross-stitch and stitchy goodness. My name is Lauren. You can find me on Instagram at LaurenUpStitching, where I've just gotten back into posting again. I'm going waves. Everything I post there you'll see here, so that doesn't matter. I am, let me think here. Cross-stitch about podcasts and stitchy goodness. Okay, I lost my train of thought. I'm recording on September 18th, and it is a quiet day here. It is wonderful, and so I am really enjoying having some weekends off. September feels like really crazy and busy, but Sarah has insisted on having some weekends off, so that has been actually really nice. So I stitched a lot this week, this past 2 weeks. Didn't really have a ton going on for like life updates. Let me think here. I went down to, we're very close to the city of Cumberland, Maryland, which is a little historic city, and they had their Heritage Days, so I went down there and hung out with some friends. It was super cute. It was incredibly humid that day. We went and got breakfast we got coffee at a local coffee shop and roastery and hung out, and then we're like, let's wander up to the festival. And the 2 blocks, I think it was all it was. 2 blocks kind of uphill, which was not fun, but in that 2 blocks we were sweating, and our guy friends were like literally like I should have worn a second shirt because it was just like 130% humidity. It was so humid. But it was super cute little they close off this like bricked historical part of the city, and it's got craft vendors and all kinds of stuff. And I got a really awesome photo. I'll put a picture of it in here. This crazy awesome photo I got, and it's gonna go in our house, is from not too far from me. This photo is taken not too far from where I live. And the guy that took it does really cool, oh shoot, I don't have his card with me right now. I'll put his name under the photo. He does really cool, like, photo projects. So he did one about the old Allegheny High School, which was in operation for, I think, almost 100 years. And it was torn down recently, and he did this whole like photo project of taking pictures and putting a book together and interviewing people, and all his stuff is like vaguely creepy, and I love that. So when I saw that he had a picture from, like, I'm not kidding you, less than a mile from my house, I was like, I need that. It's important that I have it. And so I was super happy to meet him and talk to him about, locals are so fun to talk to. We have so much going on here. And like, to think of doing that project with the high school, like, nobody was thinking of doing that. They were just going to tear it down and move on. And he was like, no, this was like most of the city graduated this high school. Like, it was like, there's 2 high schools. So 50% of the city graduated from this building. Like, that's important. Like, so that was pretty cool. What else happened? Nothing else happened. We are still playing games with our same friend group that gets together really regularly, which is so awesome. We are I'm planning a zombie themed October game. So we'll meet for each week in October and play a zombie survival game, which will be a lot of fun. We put the vote, and the vote was like, okay, we can do a like noir style supernatural detective agency. We can do a what were the choices? It was the noir style supernatural detective. We can do Call of Cthulhu, which is like 1920s Cthulhu-esque games. We can do modern, I have a game called Delta Green, which is modern horror, like secret agent type stuff, like you're part of this. It's almost very SCP. If you ever heard of the SCP Foundation, it's super fun. And then we had zombies. And people were back and forth. And then like they're like, okay, I don't know. Describe each of the games. And so like I go into a little description and everybody's like, zombies, please. We would like to survive zombies, please. And so that was a lot of fun. So I'm getting ready for that. That'll be a great way to spend October. Other than that, nope, just piddling, cleaning. We have people coming at the end of September, and we clean our house all the time. Our house is very clean. My sister is a clean freak, and she will clean constantly. And yet I still feel like we need to organize so much more. Like every time we clean an area, it feels like we can clean the same area every week, and I will find more stuff to organize and throw away. I don't know what houses do that, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I've been stitching a lot because it's been quiet, and when we're not cleaning, I'm stitching. And so I've been stitching a lot. So I have 4 whips and a new start to show. And so, let's do that. Let's talk about some cross stitch. So, let me get something out here. So let's do a big update first. Let's do a big update first. Can you tell I'm a little scatterbrained today? I don't know why. I'm just like looking off into the distance a lot. So, I don't know. It's that kind of day. So let me think. So let's do this big update that's sitting next to me. So this is Colossal Octopus by Unconventional Stitch. The original art is by Denise Moore, I believe. And I got this out for September, and I stitched on it quite a bit, and I have made progress. And I've also found my groove with this large project. I was really like, I didn't feel confident in doing a project this large. I'm looking for it in my book as I talk to you. But now I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I think everybody, when they first start, I think we talked about this, like, I have to do things wrong for a while before I can, like, find my way of doing it right, or until I agree with the natural way of doing things, the way that's been set up. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's set up that way for a reason. All right, where the hell is this thing? Must be farther back than I think. I apparently don't know the order I start things in. There it is. So I probably put in, let's see here. I put in 4, 7, 1,500, a little over 1,500 stitches, which is, I mean, kind of a lot for me. And this is where I am. Look at that. Okay, it's really hard to see all the white on white. So this is where it was. There's that little, it was just like that little tiny corner. And so to actually see, you can see a flag and you can see a mast. So we're starting on something. We're getting there. These little ends are the end of a thread, and I was struggling. Let me show you my back here. So when I first started doing it, let me show you that. Can you see that? Can you see all the little, maybe if I hold it that way. Can you see the little ends sticking up? When I first started working on this, the tutorial I was following was like, finish a 10 section diagonal and then cut your thread. Even if you're close to the next thread, even if you're, you know, even if you could make it to continue that color, cut your thread. Work in that 10 diagonal because it will just keep you organized. And I cannot do parking. It just confuses the heck out of me. So I can't really park. And so this seemed like a method that would really make sense to me. And it was totally working, except for one thing. All those little cut ends were coming, when I would stitch the next color, they'd be coming back up. I'd grab them with my thread. So I'd constantly be fighting these little, and I was cutting a lot because right in that beginning area, you can see here, right in that beginning, like, tip is like 8 colors just in that little tip of that flag. And so I was cutting a lot to do 1 or 2 stitches, have this little end hang out there. And so I was getting really frustrated with that. When I was starting back up and stitching again, I'd be grabbing those. So now I stitch diagonal continental, I think is what it's called. I think continental is the right word. So I go until I run out of thread, or I can't reliably count to the next one, which gridded fabric makes that so much easier. You can see down there where I'm going like really far. It's because of gridded fabric. That really helps with the counting. But, so I go until I finish a thread or the color is too far out that I'm like nervous about it, which is usually about maybe 5 or 6 stitches is like the max I really want to go. I also don't want to trail my thread that far. And then I pin stitch my thread a couple times and then come up a short distance, not very far, but like 2 or 3 stitches away, and leave the tail on the front because I can see the tail on the front. I can deal with the tail on the front. And then once I know that the back is like covered a little bit, I cut that tail off, and it doesn't stick up and get dragged in again. So it's just a way to keep I don't even really care about the back being neat. Like on a full coverage thing like this, you just can't. But I do want to keep my stitching neat and consistent and not having to deal with little puffs of thread coming up through. Just like a little puff of thread coming up where I pull my black up, I'm pulling in white and gray puffs. I don't want that. I want it to be neat on the front. So that is my method. Pin stitching has really helped me start and stop without flipping my work constantly. So I pin, you can kind of see it there on the black. Oh my gosh, I can't see to show you things. So right there, you can kind of see it on the black. I've pin stitched twice and then ended my thread. So that has helped. So I'm learning. It's definitely like a fun process. I am now into stuff happening on this. I am still filling the sky, which is actually the most satisfying part because there's big swaths. You can really feel like you're making progress. You're getting like hundreds of stitches in of 2 different shades of white. But whereas the flag is like a little more sparse. And it's filling in. There is, I think, right here. This is the start of another flag right here, this little corner. So that's another flag from another mast. And yeah, it is coming along. It's a fun stitch, actually. It's different. It's definitely like, I pick it up and I'm like, oh, I haven't done this in a while. This feels different and cool. I kind of have to reteach myself a little bit. But it's good. I really like it. So that's coming along. I think I'm at 2%. I'm at 2%. Yeah. And I've started, just because it makes me feel better, keeping track of my point percentages. So like I was just doing 0%, 0%, 0%, 1%, you made it. Now I'm doing like 1.7% because it makes me feel better. So I like it. I'm definitely going to do more full coverage in the future and get more comfortable with it. I don't think it'll ever be my, like the people that have 17 of those on in their rotation. I don't think it'll ever be that for me, but it is definitely a fun, different type of stitching. So I've enjoyed it. Oh, what else I got here? Okay. So next up on my whip rotation is, this is Flower of the Month October. This is Calendula by Maurer-Stroh. And I'm doing this for October, of course. Oh my God. Hang on. I can't show this to you. Holy. This is why witches have black cats. It's, okay, I've wiped, look at this. Can you see that? Just, it's everywhere. I gotta get my white. It's awful. I'm like ashamed to show this. Obviously somebody just like laid in my project bag. Here's my work. Here's my progress. So as you can see, I'm pretty much almost done with this one. We've just got a little more fill on those flowers and then finishing the outside border. Oh, and the title, which will be October down there. And I really love this one. I think it's coming out perfect. The black fabric and the orange flowers scream October, scream spooky season. And yeah, I am really enjoying it. It's a super easy stitch too. Like I just bang out progress on it. I can't snap my fingers right now. I bought too many sets of Halloween nails, and so I'm like, okay, you got to get back into putting your nails on. So I have nails on now, and so I can do it a little bit. I'm not used to having them on, so I can't snap my fingers right now. Putting my nails on makes me feel more human, and I haven't done it since May. That says something about me, I feel. I think I only worked 2 days on this, and I'm almost done. It stitches up so, it just goes like butter. This one, whereas like September and May, they were not like butter. They felt like they took forever. But this one doesn't. It feels great. Yeah. So that's a little update. I think I'll definitely have that finished next episode. And yeah. The color of, I chose a different color for the title this time. Our local store carries Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works colors, but they just got in a little bit of crescent colors, which I've never seen before. And so I got the color Lobster Claw for the title. And I think that will go really nicely. So yeah, I've never seen crescent colors, and they and it's completely hand dyed, and it's not color fast. So I think they're a small batch because they don't even like, there's no color number, so they might never do Lobster Claw again. I don't know how they work. I've never seen them before, so that was fun. All right. Oh my gosh, can you see it? Can you see the little, let me see if I can get it to, I can't get it to zoom properly. You can kind of see the little floating cat hairs because somebody used this as a pillow, and that's why it's all over my black projects, probably this black t-shirt now. I bet it was a fat little wheezy cat. Oh, okay, I have to tell a cute cat story. I'm sorry. I know this is cross stitch time. I know this, nobody really cares, but I'm going to tell this incredibly cute cat story. So my dad is retired now. He's been retired for about 2 years, and he lost his dog about 4 years ago. And ever since then, when he would come over, he comes over pretty regularly now that he's retired, he would really love on our dog Millie. Well, we lost Millie earlier this year. And June, we lost Millie in June. And since then, every time he comes over, he's like, oh man, it's quiet in this house now. He was just like, he was really loving having a dog, even if the dog was here. So he was over, we're working on our basement for the 900th time. And where we want to put a TV in the basement, and where we want to put it, there's no outlet, there's no receptacle. And the only place to like thread the things is in front of a doorway. So it's like not really a possible, like just put an extension cord, who cares? So he was an electrician, so I asked him, like, can we put an outlet here in this wall? And he's like, yeah, I think so, totally. So he was over measuring and like seeing if they could pull wire through the wall. And he's like crouching down, like measuring where he wants to put the outlet. And my fat cat Dusty, who is the friendliest cat in the world, I think she can convert just about anybody into being a cat lover. Like, he's crouched down and she is like actively in his space, bothering him. And then she tries to get in his lap. He crouched down and she just was like, oh, you're making laps for me. And she tries to crawl up into his lap. And I expected him to be like, that's a nice cat. Very good. Like, excuse me, cat, move on. Because he's a dog person. Nope. He picks her up, pets on her really rough, and she's just purring and wheezing. And he's like, come with me, you little butterball. Like, and he just carried her around and continued to do what he was doing. And she was happy as a clam. So that was like 10 a.m. He told me I have a golf tee time at like 11:50 or whatever. So I'll be there at 10 and I'll come and look at the thing. So he comes and looks at the thing, and I know he went golfing. 1 o'clock. So I know he is on the golf course. He texts me, send me some pictures of your cat. Why? Why do you need pictures of my cat? Why are you talking about my cat to your golf buddies? Yes, that's exactly what he was doing. So I think I've converted him into being a cat person. But she is a good convert. If you ever need to convert somebody, get Dusty. Because people that love dogs and are like, cats are so aloof and unfriendly. Not Dusty. She wants to be right there with you. She follows you around. She is the best. So, that was just so cute. It was just, I wish I had gotten pictures of it, but I didn't. But it just made me happy because animals are good. All right. Let's do another update. I've got two Teapot updates. So let's do one you've seen a little bit. So let me do this one. So this is Sabbat Teapots. This is Yule by AnImCrossStitch. And I have officially finished the crosses and started on some backstitch. So here is where I'm at. Bum, bum, bum. Let me kind of line it up so it's in the shot. Pull back a little bit. There it is. So as you can see, I have made significant progress. So all the cross stitching is complete. That is done. And I have started on the back stitching, which is like, I love that I was thinking about doing a half and half and then taking a picture for Instagram because I know people hate backstitching. I actually really like backstitching. I think it goes quickly. It just makes everything pop. So all the backstitching over here is done where it's not over here, and you can just see the difference that it's making. So all that is pretty much done. There's a little bit of white I need to put in there as highlight, but I honestly like the black better. I might not do the white, I might do it black. I don't know. So the pine needles scared me at first. I was like, ooh, this isn't looking that great. And then it like started to really come together and look like pine needles. So that's looking really good. All this is looking great. Coming up around the belly of the teapot now. So that is really coming along. I will definitely have this done this month. God forbid anything happens. I mean, I do have a couple busy weekends coming up, but I feel like I can get that done. So this one will be, I mean, I love this. This is definitely going up on our Christmas wall. I think this is so pretty and snowy and perfect. So I will get this all completed and it will look amazing. So, yeah. This was a very fun, the cross stitching was a lot of fun. If you're not a fan of backstitching, it is heavy backstitching. But it makes such a difference. Like it makes such a difference. But the crosses on in of themselves were just buttery smooth, like very easy. Lots of blending of threads, but you just move through it very quickly and nicely. So, yep, I'm happy to have that one almost done. Not a whole lot of updates on that. I don't think I'll start the next one right away. I have been feeling the lack of spook. we're in spooky season, and I have the Kraken on the go, but that is like my only thing in this month's rotation at all. That was, I mean, maybe the October flower, but not really, it's a flower. That was spooky. And so I'm like, I feel like I need something. So this will definitely be replaced with something. I think actually I'm looking at the book of patterns I got in the Divination box, and there are several in there that I need. So I want to do that. I have 2 patterns chosen that I want to do as a set to this. I have the, there is a pattern, I'll put a picture of it in here, for a pendulum board. It's got like yes, no, and it's got a moth. And this has got a, you can't see it, it's the top, it's got a moth. And so it would be perfect, but I can't get this fabric anymore. So I'm gonna have to find something comparable or that complements it so that it looks like a set. And then I also have, from Night Spirit Studios, the Hello, I think it's just called Hello, the candles with the smoke, and I think that totally goes with this Ouija board. So I want to do those all in the same colorway, but I can't get the fabric, so I'm going to have to be creative there. And that like Divination, Ouija is very popular right now. And so I feel like I could grow that set into something really cool, but I didn't have the fabric. So I got to think long term about getting, don't get another thing you're not going to be able to find for a while. So I'm going to think on it and find something. So those are definitely on my list of things coming up. Yeah. So, but yeah, super happy with the progress on this. I'm going to blast through the cross stitching, or the back stitching. I really feel like it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get confused. I track my back stitching using a PDF editor on my tablet, and I literally like mark out lines as I do them because I get lost very easily. I'm an easily lost person in more ways than one. So I'm gonna move my way. Or throw it on the floor. I could throw it on the floor, that'd be helpful. All right. Last whip update is this one. This is Tea Time it's a Riolis kit. I started this when I thought I was never going to get my hands on those Sabbat teapots, and I wanted a teapot in my life. But just because I got those does not mean I can abandon this, because also this is a house that loves tea. Speaking of which, today I'm drinking Forget Me Not tea by Simpson and Vale Tea Company, and it is one of my favorites. It is absolutely delicious and it is tasty. Is anybody else the type of person that has 7 drinks on the go at a time and the cups are sitting all around the house? Because that's me. I'm really terrible about forgetting I made myself tea, but then I get super excited when I find a cup of tea. I'm like, oh, this cup is sitting here. Oh, there's tea in it. And that makes me happy. I also drink old tea, cold tea. I don't care. I drink it all the time. I drink flat soda. It doesn't bother me. But I think that's just, maybe I've just like developed an immunity to it because I leave cups sitting everywhere, so I would just have to be okay with whatever's in them. That sounds disgusting. That sounds really dirty. It's not like they haven't been sitting there for days getting dust and wasps in them or anything. But anyway, let me just air my dirty laundry all over YouTube. It's fine. So this is where I was. I haven't seen this one in a really long time. So this is where I was. And I've made progress, but man, now that I look at it, it doesn't feel like a ton. But I have made progress. So this is where I'm at now. Boop, boop, boop. Ooh, that's hard to see. So let me see if I can get this a little closer and everything. So I filled in part of the clock here. I started the T on the top here. Got a lot actually done kind of on this clock area. And on this teacup. So I'm filling in the side of this teacup and into, there's a jug of cream here. So I'm filling that in. One of the things that was stopping me was, let me show you the thing that was stopping me from working on this. But I've since, I'm almost to the point where it doesn't matter, so it's fine. The thread for this is, it's not cotton, it's wool. So it's very soft and fuzzy, and I actually really like that. But it comes like this. It comes on a cardboard thing. And I hate this so much. I hate it so much. I can't live like this. So I have to take it off this and put it on a floss drop because that's how I function. So I take it off and I make myself a beautiful usable floss drops. Ooh, oh, this is so soft. You wouldn't even believe it. But doing this takes a minute and it's a finicky process. You gotta sit there and twist the little thing because it doesn't just come off cleanly. It's like, it takes two people basically. And so I don't want to do it. But it needs done, and once it's done, I've got almost every color now done up, at least enough to use, and so now I can just stitch, and that makes life easier. So that is good. I got my little cute, I can't zoom in too much. The phone does not auto zoom anymore. I don't know why. But it's a little ship with an anchor, which should be on my Colossus, but it's not. And yeah, so I've been making progress. I am, I think about 14% done. There's a whole teapot and stuff over here that I have not gotten to. I'm really focused over, and there's stuff over here, which is annoying because it doesn't quite fit in my Q-snap for me to work over there. But it's coming along. I definitely, this is going to get back into my rotation more regularly. Right now, it's kind of like the third wheel. But I want to get it more consistently in my rotation. So maybe once I finish the flowers, I will have a consistent slot open up, which will be nice. But I'm not going to wait that long. But yeah, coming along, really enjoying it. It's a very nice stitch. I'm just stitching this as it is kitted up. I like that there's different stitches, so therefore different textures. I really like that. It's like, I remember doing when I was younger, like I think a Dimensions kit, and they do that of like use 4 strands, use 2 strands, so that some things are raised up and some things are not. It gives you like a slight 3D effect. And this does this very similar, and I like that. I like the feel of cross stitch as it's done, so it feels good. Oh, let me put all these threads and stuff back in here too. My brain decided I was done, I guess. Put all that away. I need about 5 more of these, it feels like. All right, and so last but not least, but it is kind of least because it's very small, is a new start. So I started Cauldron Flowers by Stitchcraft. This is, I think it's free on her website. They're very cute. I've done one of hers before. They are very cute, and they are, there's cat hair everywhere. My lungs are coated in cat hair. They are like micros. They are so small. They're just small and little and fast and cute. So like I said, I've been feeling the lack of spook, and I was like, I need something. What have I got? Boom. This is like so easy. And so here's my progress. And it is almost done. I am halfway done. I just got to finish the Cauldron, which is a little squat sucker, so it's not super huge. There's a couple more colors in the flowers, and then there's some back stitching. But yeah, that is not going to take me long at all. Might even finish it today. Yeah. And so it's super cute and super fast. I'm going to finish it in, I got several like display frames off Amazon, and I have one that's like an octagon, I think. It's like I'm going to finish it in that, and I know exactly where it's going to go. I got a wall out here that I'm going to put it on. I definitely am getting a couple of, just because I do a lot of Witchy Stitcher and Night Spirit Studio and a couple others, like I like that like witchy vibe, so I definitely need to like find a way to display that like as a collection, I feel. So yeah, I'm stitching this on 28 count. It's called Dappled Gray Linen, and it's picking up that purple really nicely, but it's still a nice neutral. So I think it'll look really pretty. When I frame it, I might have to put something behind it because it is very see-through. But then again, it would be up against the wall, so maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, almost done. Super cute. When I was actually thinking, because this is going so quickly, and it is like scratching an itch of like, ooh, a finish, and ooh, a little spooky. When I'm done this, I have 2 Mill Hill kits that I really want, and so I'll finish those. And I'm actually thinking of adding like a micro or a smalls category to my rotation to just always have something that feels like quick. But I think I would honestly put a stitch count limitation on it, just to ensure I keep it small, because I can be like, okay, this is small, and it's like, no, that's a decent sized stitch. If I called it a micro stitch, I think that would help. Because as we do bigger projects, our idea of what is small grows. You know, people that are doing 17 full coverage, I'm touching my thing, 17 full coverage things think, oh my gosh, all she does is smalls, you know? But to me, like something like those teapots are like a nice medium-sized stitch. What else I got? The flowers are definitely smalls. I feel like those are smalls. This is a micro. So anyway, semantics. So the last thing I have is a little bit of a fun haul. So if that's not your thing, I've got a new kit that I bought and some fun little extras. But they're really cool. So I'm going to go through them real quick. They're small, so it's not a huge bit of haul. But so I think it was last episode, I showed I got the Starlight Stitchery Divination box. Well, I don't know if like a few things came in late and didn't get included, or if these were just extras. But I literally got packaged and I was like, I didn't order anything else from them. Apparently, a couple little Divination box extras. So the first is this really lovely, very nicely done floss holder, which I really like these, but I struggle with them because I'm marginally colorblind. If you're new here, there's a word for it. I basically can't see a ton of difference between shades of blues and greens. Blues, greens, grays, whites, they all kind of just blend into like nothing. Purples can be in there. They just kind of blend into nothing for me. And so I have to have my number. And these just don't really allow that. You can put a sticker on there, I guess, but like, it's a little awkward. But for something like this, where there are 4 colors, well, except 3 of them are exactly different shades. It's like 752, 3, 751, 2, and 3. Is that right? I can't remember now. But it's the 3 purples. That's going to be impossible for me. But if it was like a red, a black, and a gold, boom, I'm good. Like, I can totally tell. So I'll use these things for small projects like that. If I was going somewhere and stitching, these would be really nice to put in like carry-on and stuff. And if I was, they're fantastic for pictures. So I will totally get use out of it. Very cute. And it's very nicely done. Like it is nicely done. It is nicely finished. So that is very cute. And then also included in this was, sorry, crinklies. I didn't open this beforehand. Crinklies. A beautiful necklace. There was nothing mentioned about what stone it is, but I believe it is quartz. And it is, I'll try to hold it in the, it is very pretty. It's just twisted wire. It's just something very simple. I think it's definitely harking back to the Pendulum, which is very cool. I don't wear necklaces that often, but I feel like I want to wear this one. So that's great. It's lovely. Very cute little extras that maybe didn't make it into the box. Very cool. So Starlight Stitchery, I will definitely be trying to get their boxes again in the future. I'm saying a lot. You guys don't watch. I hope nobody's watching for professionalism because, good God. I don't open things. I talk about my teacups. I tell cat stories for no reason. Ooh, that's not good. All right. The other thing, I recently signed up for Mood by Innocent Bones. It is her subscription cross-stitch kit. So every month she sends you a small and a small pattern, everything you need for it, as well as a few goodies. It is, I think with shipping it's like $35. So if you can't do the like large one-time limited edition boxes that go out for some people, I think this is such a cute little alternative to that. When I got it, if you can see here how crushed this box is, our mail person, like, it did not quite fit in our mailbox. Our mailbox is decently big. You can fit a package in there usually. This one was just a little too tall, and they like wham it in, and was like, it took me forever to get it out because it had been crushed so badly. So that was nice. Great postal people here. But it has some very wonderful little things, so we could go through it together. So, first of all, one of the things I really like is that they use paint box threads. So you get a coupon for paint box threads. I'm wiggling it so you can't see my coupon. So you get it says like tried and tested by experts, fantastic quality and recycled packaging, and you get a little thing for embroidery and cross stitch at Love Crafts. So that's really cool. Little menu, which I love, about what you got, what you get, and where they came from. So I'm going to reference that. That's what all we got here. So first thing is this very lovely velvet pouch with two Libras, the two Libras logo. And this is, by the way, the Witching Hour box, part 2. I missed part 1, I guess. And yeah, I like that theme. This is a rose quartz worry stone or thumb stone, and that is beautiful. And it is, I mean, it is buttery. I can see why people would want to rub this. So yeah, the idea is that you rub it, and like it's like a fidget toy, and it's like supposed to add loving energy. And what's it say here? Helps you stay present in the moment. Perfect for adding loving energy to your day. And it's just like, it's smooth. It's nice to rub. I just bite my nails. So, very cute. Very cool. Put that in the little package. I don't want to set anything down and get cat hair all over it. Let's see here. Oh, next is a thread organizer, which we just talked about. This one's actually really cute. I like this a lot. And no carving, so you could put little stickers on there for your numbers, which I actually like, because I could actually use this a little better. So I could put my numbers around the edge, or even like a dry erase marker, and because this is like resin, so it could just wipe right off, I bet. So I really like that, actually. Very cool. That is very pretty. So and yeah, she doesn't say where that one came from, so she must have commissioned it personally for the box. That's nice. Oh, ooh, a very pretty bookmark. Like, that is beautiful. Actually, I know where I'm going to use that. Ooh, so shimmery. I love that. That was very pretty. Back just has the sun, moon, and stars. Very cool. Oh, and, oh, this is so cute. Oh, this is so cute. The Witch's Essentials print. Ooh, that's glossy. I love that. That is really cute. That is really cool. So yeah, very cute little extras. Very sweet little things. All right, and then the actual cross stitch kit, which is very nicely packaged. Contains sharp objects. So you get everything, I guess. All right, come off. I just want you to slip off. Which, I mean, if they say kit, you get everything in a kit. But I don't know, I just don't think of it that way. Fight the glue at the top. Oh, this is very cute. All right, I am going to hold this at a distance because they do not give you, I'll cover up the colors and everything. So they don't give you a picture, they just give you the chart. So I'm gonna hold this back here-ish. You can see that. Oh man, I don't know how to share that. I'll put a picture. That's better. Here, when I find it later on the website, is what it's going to be, is what the kit is for. So this is a hand holding a pendulum. Pendulums keep coming back this episode. It's very pretty. It's like tattooed and it has the stars around it. It's very pretty. So that might go in my, and it also is nice and small, so it might go in my micro rotation if I decide that's what I'm calling it. Let's see here. I feel threads. So these lovely paint box threads in gold, red, and black. These are very pretty. They're not as glossy as DMC, but that's like a different effect. You know, DMC is very glossy. These are more matte, but I feel like that would give you a cool different feel to them. So yeah, love that. Do they say the colors on them? Nope. They do not. Let's see. Maybe they say somewhere else in this bag. Okay. You also get a needle. That's the sharp, I guess. A little hoop for both display and stitching. Hang on, I gotta look. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, they give you two sizes to stitch on, but it's actually, they give you 14 count? That doesn't look like 14 count. That looks smaller. Give me some info. I think it might be 16 count. It looks like 16 count to me. 16 count or maybe 18 count Aida. It's too small to be 14, I think. So Aida, and then this really lovely linen as your backing fabric to finish your piece completely. So yeah, literally everything to complete the little kit. And it's really pretty. Like, it is really pretty. I am so pleased with this. So I will definitely be keeping my subscription to this upcoming. So I think their next theme is, what's her November theme? I can't remember her November theme. That doesn't go in there. But yeah, so I'll be looking forward to these boxes coming in the future. And especially if I'm always like feeling the need for a small, I feel like this is a great solution to that. So yeah, very cool. Loving this. I'm going to put this, I know exactly where I'm putting this. This is going in my game book for my fantasy game that we play. That's all I do is play games and stitch and run around like a crazy person. So, I don't know. That seems like a good life to me. All right, so that's everything for me. Nothing crazy. Tell me what type of pet you have. I know of rabbits and cats at minimum in the comment section. So tell me what type of pet you have, and tell me if you have the pet hair problems that I do. I seem to always have a black project on the go, like always. The moment I drop a black project, I just happen to pick up another one. So the white cat hair is just killing me. So tell me what type of pet you have, and tell me if you have the pet hair problems that I have. Other than that, stay safe, stay sane, have a wonderful 2 weeks, and I'll see you again.